First of 24 tonight is Micah Murdock in the red gloves. Following suit is Quinten Henderson in the blue. This amateur middleweight bout to kick off Fierce Challenger Series 10 is brought to you by Pat's Media, providing a top-tier broadcast for whatever you're looking to showcase. Pat's Media, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
You know, something I noticed that I didn't catch on right away. Quinten actually is an independent fighter.
Micah immediately closes the distance. Henderson sprawls well, but Murdock in on that trip and now drops. But Henderson's fighting him, Andrew.
Yeah, and this is sort of what I expected to see. It looks like we got a guillotine attempt going here. Standing guillotine attempt. He's got his hands locked, but okay, he's out. He's out.
Murdock incessant in the pursuit of the takedown.
Good job fighting the hands.
This is a smart decision by Murdock. A lot of times when you're a debut fighter, like I said, there are all those nerves, and getting the fight to the ground can really slow things down a lot, which is really good for amateur fighters.
Jason, a lot of energy expenditure through the first 45 seconds or so.
Yeah, I was just going to ask Andrew, what's it like as two debuters going in here? What's going through both these guys' mind right now? And now
Murdock lands into a primed position. Henderson privy to it, now starting to fight the hands like you said earlier, Jason, but Murdock in a spot to really do some damage.
Yeah, he's doing a great job defending so far.
Looks to be locked up a little bit high, but still lets go of the grip. Not the best spot for Henderson to be early on in this debut fight as Micah Murdock goes to work on the back. It transitions beautifully over to the armbar.
Right over to the triangle as well. Really beautiful transition there against the cage. And he's being very offensive in his jiu-jitsu. You love to see that, especially from a guy who doesn't have any fights yet.
And now Murdock's on the back.
Rolls reverse as Henderson finds his way. He had a rear naked choke grip, but Murdock able to scramble out of it, and now he's back on top. Round and around we go.
Pretty good scramble so far for the debuters.
Both fighters breathing out of the mouth early. A lot of energy expenditure as we lose a mouthpiece on the side of Henderson.
Both guys' chins in the air here while they're getting hit. This is pretty dangerous.
From grappling to striking we go. Henderson pops one off upstairs. As Dave Selly said, we'll call a timeout and get the mouthpiece of Quinten Henderson back in. High-octane offense so far, fellas.
Yeah, this is pretty wild. Like I said, I was hoping to see things slow down a little bit. These guys are really throwing caution to the wind here, and they're just swinging. Like I said, chins in the air and just smashing each other. This is a much, much better approach here to get this grappling going again.
25 ticks to go, round one of a possible three, as Micah Murdock looks to initiate some more grappling. Henderson able to keep the fight upstairs as Murdock punishes him for it. Jason still coming forward.
Oh, these guys are both just landing left and right. What a fight so far, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously super exciting, but you don't necessarily want to see this from your fighter when he's doing so well in the grappling to just stand in there and be getting take shots to the face.
Top of the second round we go. Two debuters here at 185 pounds. Thudding shot lands for Henderson, but Micah Murdock answers right back.
Murdock's landed a nice one, too. Murdock has used his jab very well. He landed a 3 or 4 tough jabs in the first round, and he came out and landed a nice one, too, to start the round here.
Henderson utilizes the kicks. Both fighters do. Haven't seen a lot of that thus far through the fight.
There it is, that jab again from Murdock.
That is a nice jab.
Henderson cocked back the head of Murdock as we go up against the cage. Murdock, the aggressor.
Henderson is doing a great job. Every single time they have an engagement in the clinch or on the ground when he's getting his back taken, he's really disciplined about having a 2-on-1. And that's really helped him out a lot here.
Murdock looking for the trip. Henderson goes back to the well. This guillotine could be tight.
That is really tight.
Dave Sellistead taking a good look.
Power's out of it.
Wow. Murdock able to escape the tight submission attempt. Right back to work he goes. Dave Sellistead was really close, Jason.
Yeah, he was really close. It looked like he was raising his arm back, but it looked like he was just trying to relax and get into a position where he could sneak his head out, which he did.
Murdock will mat Henderson. and back to a perfect spot for him to do some damage once again.
Murdock's got some blood coming. I can't see where it's from, either a nose or maybe a cut under the right eye there.
Murdock staying super disciplined with both of these hooks. You love to see that.
He might be under the chin now. Nope.
Murdock's making, like I was saying earlier, Murdock's making this really, really difficult. He's being super disciplined with his hand control here, which is perfect. If you got a guy that's on your back, it appears that he has an advantage on jiu-jitsu. It's brilliant. Just hold on to both hands. It makes it really hard, especially with little gloves on.
Murdock surrendering a little bit of real estate, but still able to flatten him out. Henderson again on bottom in a much more compromised position. Murdock now slaps on a rear naked choke. It's tough to see from the angle that we are at.
I'd really, really love to see Murdock stop trying to choke and hit, get double underhooks and flatten him out.
Henderson doing a great job. He's listening to his corner. I've heard his corner just yell to fight the hand. He's doing a great job of fighting the hands.
10 ticks to go, round 2. It looks as though we will go back to the stools. Murdock fighting for it, unable to.
That was a tougher round to score. That was a back and forth round. I'd like to see Henderson go back to that jab. He utilized it very well in that first and second round in the beginning of the rounds.
That's what we want to see right there.
Murdock converges. Henderson privy to it as he jumps and looks to attempt to get to mount. He's in top half at the moment.
Heavy pressure.
Beautiful up to that single leg. Not quite able to get it. Pin there up against the cage. Not exactly where you want to be.
Henderson looking to take advantage of his specific spot in the cage.
Henderson might give up his back here. Murdock's going to slide right to the back.
Murdock finds his way right there. Nice find, Jason. Murdock loses the grip, and now Henderson closes the distance once again.
This is a fatigue issue. Murdock is exhausted. This is absolutely not a skill issue. He knows what he needs to do. Murdock might be a little too tired to execute at this point.
And just as you say that, he comes back and lands a 1-2.
Just under 2 minutes to work between these two middleweights.
Attempted lateral drop, but not quite enough in the gas tank there.
Henderson back up on top.
Henderson's going to end up giving up his back again. Murdock is going to slide out the back again. Henderson needs to get his hips switched. Murdock's going to pop his head back and have his back just like that.
Henderson needs to turn and face. He needs to get his chest on top of Murdock's chest.
I think they're listening to us, Andrew.
This might be an all-time record for most back control in a fight I've ever seen. It seems like every grappling position has ended up right where we're seeing right now.
It has. Competitive rounds.
Doesn't look like he's got this locked in. Now it's looking a little bit more dangerous.
Doing a good job pushing that elbow up. I'm with you, Andrew. I'm not buying this independence thing. You see how he pushed that elbow up like that to get out of that?
He obviously knows what he's doing. We got short time here left on the clock, 50 seconds. We'll see if anything can happen. I mean, they're both exhausted, so if a finish was going to happen, this would be a good time to make it happen.
How hard is it, Andrew, to get that rear naked choke in with those gloves on?
I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times in fights when you get rear naked chokes, the other guys kind of let you get a rear naked choke. Sometimes you get into fights and it's a little bit harder than you thought it was going to be, and a rear naked choke is an easy way out of a fight without looking like you quit. But neither one of these guys looking like they want to go that route.
25 seconds to decide it. Murdock still on the back, but Henderson finds his way up. Able to get the reversal just about. Murdock still has the upper body control, but able to scrape that off is Henderson. As he now attacks the upper body.
If I'm Murdock here, I'm just hanging on. I'm just controlling posture and trying to make the round, time out.
All right, looks like we are just about ready to decide it. With a hot microphone, here is Jackson Hopes.
Here's fans. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score this contest 29-28. 30-27 and 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision out of the red corner, Micah Murdock.